No one can give me that kind of.
There is a danger in false parity.
Sure.
You're right. There's statistics going around now that, hey, did you know that more whites get shot by cops than blacks?
You know why?
You don't adjust for population, and there are a lot of other factors that go into it as well. In fact, I had one guy, I've been researching this like crazy because I'm trying to understand how I can be of value here. It can't stay this way.
Sure.
And I had a social scientist say to me, hey, you know, this idea that blacks resist more than whites, he's like, you know, to put my hand on it, I don't think that's even true because blacks have such an odd disposition when it comes to police. They feel that they have to acquiesce in a way a lot of whites don't. They feel they can have conversations and pressure.
Yes, more white people get shot by police than black people. About 120 more.
Right.
But there are 120 million more white people.
That's right.
If you adjusted it for percentage,
it's not even close.
We are 5 times more likely to be shot.
5 times more likely.
You know what happens? That racism and bigotry have great PR. They have great PR. People throw out statistics like that that they know aren't true, but people will believe it because they want to. The fact is that black people are 5 times more likely to be shot than white people. Black on black crime. More white people commit crime than black people. It is true. Even if you adjust it for population, more white people commit crime than black people. But when you say black on black crime, that gives you the incentive to go out there and do something about it. It gives you a call to action. Now we have an immediate situation that has to be dealt with. And when we repeat those things, it gives it breath.
You also have a situation where what happens in the immediate sense, often context gets lost.
Sure.
Why do you have more blacks coming into contact with police where it turns violent? So you start looking at the numbers. Well, where are these police?
Sure.
Well, what's going on in those neighborhoods? Now, you can stop your analysis right there and say, they're high crime, poor black areas. Feel for the police. They have to do the job.
Sure.
But why are they high crime areas? Where is the education? Where's the opportunity? This is complex, and I often feel that the reason that people don't have an open mind is we don't want to go there.
Sure.
We don't want to go to the real reasons. Let's just end it with this one guy and this one cop and leave the analysis. But do you think that's the right way to do it?
Obviously, it hasn't served them well. Like, if you look at Tamir Rice was a 13-year-old kid playing with a toy gun, right?
Yeah.
The police officer that shot him was employed by the Independence Police Department and fired because he was out of the academy. Was such a bad police officer, they thought that no amount of training would ever make him a reasonable officer. Then they put that very officer 9 months later in Cleveland, and he killed someone. And society, and we all know this happened, and he's let off, and it's not his fault. You cannot tell me all lives matter when some are treated distinctly different. I can mourn for police officers that are slain, and I can mourn for 2 young black men that were slain. There's no, I don't have a moral dilemma in that.
I think that all lives matter is a perversion of what makes Black Lives Matter special.
Sure.
There is an obvious inequity. Everybody knows that. The reasons for it need to be debated.
Sure.
How you fix it needs to be prayed for.
Sure.
But there's an obvious parity. My question to you is, I want to leave with us on this. 1, I want your promise to continue this conversation. 2, I want you to give me your best sense of how can we get better from where we are?
It is a simple, you know, everybody asks that question. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I watched the movie A Time to Kill, and at the end he made this great analysis, and he said if she were white, he made the equivalent to her being white. People are treated differently. Biases, police officers have fears and biases. There's no doubt about that, and they're based on any number of things. But if your fears and biases get me killed, and my anger and frustration get you killed, we're going to act human. We are no less or more human. Every time you turn around, somebody is making a moral reason why somebody's slain in the streets. And if it's an abhorrent behavior. And it would be abhorrent if I see a young black man slaughter 5 police officers, or whether you see police officers slay 5 black men. When Rudy Giuliani says that Black Lives Matter are terrorists, Black Lives Matter, let me tell you something. I don't think all black people are all anything or all white people are all anything. But to be castigated with the same brush that they did Michael Johnson would be equivalent to me telling you that all white people think like Dylan Roof. And that would be deeply offensive. And to allow somebody to say that on air and to go unchallenged saying that on air, because a lot of people...
Not here.
No. A lot of people want that narrative because it edifies their perspective.
Well, when it comes from someone like Rudy Giuliani, do you think that, and I've been watching the Twitter war, people can go online and see for themselves.
Sure.
But do you think that he was trying to make a more innocuous point, that he was trying to say, have love of humanity?
I think that there was nothing loving about that situation. I think he was a brutal mayor who had basically a reign of terror of black people in this country and in this city. To me, taking parenting advice from Rudy Giuliani is like Kim Kardashian giving me marriage advice. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous when you have a person who has set over some of the most heinous things that happened to black people in the history of this country, and to say something like that every time somebody says something about injustice, they are the terrorists. MLK would be considered a terrorist. Gandhi was a terrorist. Mandela was a terrorist. And all they were trying to do was fight for for justice. And to me, to have when old white men tell black men how to act, like that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Like, he'll tell you to tell black people to speak a certain way and act a certain way is no different than telling a woman how to dress so she doesn't get raped.
Bush said yesterday, we need to remember our loyalty to humanity.
Sure.
Obama said we have to have the character to find unity.
Sure.
D.L. Hughley, I feel you're doing both of those things.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here to continue the conversation.
Well, indeed. Thank you.